All right, Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come in week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, America. All right? To wake up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, Speckled Bird. All right, get you to repent, acknowledge your offense, pray for forgiveness, and get back in order. The ordinances of the scriptures, the Bible, where the laws, statutes, and commandments are there for you to uplift yourself and live in a righteous fashion. All right, so first and foremost, all right, we're going to face the east. All praises to the Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Akadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us his truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers are pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect, tabernacle of David. All right, so yesterday we left off and we were examining, if you will, and identifying who our enemy is. When I say our, I'm talking about you Israelites. Okay? Now, you can best believe an Edomite knows who his enemy is. And in a very subtle fashion, sneaky, cunning, underhanded, all right, he's acting like he's your friend. And the scriptures tell you that. The scriptures break down exactly who this devil is and how he gets down. And it's there so that you could have an advantage, because there's no way with the conditioning that you've been through how this devil has presented things. Because he's in power, he drives the narrative, and he transformed himself into an angel of light, and he's the authority. So naturally your gullible ass is going to believe everything he says, and he knows that. Okay? And he's going to take advantage of that until you call him out on his shit. And then you see who he really is. Then the person in the book comes out. The horns come out, the tail, the pitchfork. Because he's afraid of the truth. When the truth comes out, the true colors come out. Okay? So again, we're going to further examine and identify who your enemy is. All right? So today we're going to go straight to Deuteronomy 28 and 68. All right? Because the Bible is saying your enemy, thine enemy, over and over and over again. Okay? And so what is the devil going to do with that? He's going to change up the characters and say, oh no, anybody that believes on the Lord, right, that's talking to you. And so your enemy is anybody that doesn't believe on the Lord. Well, that's deception. Okay? This whole book is about a personal relationship between the Most High, his son, and the children of Israel. And nobody else is included in that. Now, if the devil don't come out and say that, okay, he's already deceiving. If your pastor don't come out and say, well, these people here are the children of Israel, the sons of God. These people here are the sons of man. And these people here are the sons of the wicked. If they don't come out and teach you that, and here's how you read this Bible, it's all deception, every bit of it. Okay? But when you know who the sons of God are, who eventually became the nation of Israel, God's chosen, all right? Before Jacob's name was changed to Israel, God's chosen were the sons of God. Okay? So Noah was a son of God. Okay? Seth was a son of God. All right? Then on the other side of Jacob, after his name was changed to Israel, then you have the children of Israel, God's chosen. All right. So if that's not broken down and explained to you, whether you get it or not, whether you hear or whether you forbear, all right, somebody's deceiving, right? Because this book only pertains to God's chosen, who were the sons of God, and then after Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, became the children of Israel. Sons of God, children of Israel, same people in the reincarnation. All right? All right, so with that being said, who are the enemies of the chosen? Okay? And yes, there's a further division of the chosen. You got the chosen of the chosen. We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about those outside of the children of Israel are the enemies. Everybody, if you're not of the children of Israel at this time, who are the sons of God, you're there. Those are your enemies. Point blank. All right? Why? Because, first of all, that's the way God made it. Second of all, wouldn't you be mad if you weren't God's chosen? Wouldn't you make up a lie and say, oh no, God loves everybody the same? Wouldn't, if you weren't chosen by God, wouldn't you make that happen by the word of your mouth? Of course you. You come with a quick lie like the Grinch. You think up a quick lie and say, oh no, God loves everybody. He doesn't just love one people, like the Bible says. Oh no, that was the old God. Oh, that's the Old Testament. You make up a lie. Okay? And anybody saying that, especially an Israelite, oh no, that's the Old Testament. Get out the Old Testament. When a nigga says that, oh, you know that's a 2/3. Oh, get out the Old Testament. You a 2/3 scheming, lying devil your damn self. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way thereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies. So, somebody brought this up the other day. The process of elimination. By the process of elimination, okay, when your lineage, right, has a history of being sold into slavery, that's clue number one. And if you're a so-called African American, big old question, big old light in a bubble has to go off over your head. All right? Hey! That sounds familiar. Keep talking, right? Tell me more. Because I was sold, or my people were sold, and whoever they were sold to hates them to this day. Shoots them in the back while they're handcuffed, redlining, ensuring that they don't have a chance, relentlessly. Smiling in your face while they do it, and pretending that all is well. That sounds familiar. Okay? But then other things start popping up. Okay? And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. What do you mean no man shall buy me? When that is explained to you, further proof. No man shall get you out of that situation, even though the chains are off. Okay? Well, they took I don't have no chains around me. I'm not no slave. Yeah, but when they shot you in the back, you did have on chains. they had you cuffed in the squad car and shot your black ass dead anyway. So you need to rethink what you're talking about, because that still goes on to this day. All right. Now we go back a couple. Let's go to 48. And let's read that. See if we can glean, right, some insight. Okay, we'll start at 47 because there's some crucial words in there. Possessive pronouns, right? Oh, the pronoun. Oh, now suddenly pronouns are this big thing, and we gotta blur the lines on pronouns. Oh, well, watch your pronouns. Let's bring out some pronouns. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 47. Because thou, who's thou? Thou are the children of Israel. Let's qualify that real quick and go to Deuteronomy 1 and 1 to find out who the book, the entire book, not the chapter, the entire book of Deuteronomy was written and spoken. Just let the devil go by. The book of Deuteronomy was dictated to a certain people. Let's find out. Deuteronomy 1 and 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel. There it is. I don't even have to finish. So when we understand the whole book of Deuteronomy, as well as the whole Bible, reads exactly like that. So when we read this, now we jump back to Deuteronomy 28 and 48, okay? Then we know who thou is, all right? Deuteronomy 28 and 47. Because thou, who's thou? Back to 1. These be the words which Moses, who was an Israelite, he's speaking to his people. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel. So Moses is saying, because thou, talking to my fellow Israelites, because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness. I blew over something. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God, because you Israelites didn't serve your God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. Therefore, God is the God of the Israelites. Okay? See how important these words are? Because thou, Israel, servest not the Lord thy Israel, God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, being your God, with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou, you Israelites, serve thine, your Israelites, enemies. Who are your enemies? Apparently, according to the Bible, the Most High created enemies for you. There's that word, enemies. See, the meaning of words and how you put them together is very important. You have enemies. Okay? So let's start at the top. First of all, you don't even know who you are. Second, you don't know who your enemy is. Third, you're at war. So you're on the battlefield. I don't know shit. Only what my enemy taught me. And he's slapping you up and down the damn battlefield because you're a dumbass. And have no reason, have no clue as to why you're in derision. And this devil knows that you don't know. He knows you don't know who you are. He knows that you don't know that he's your enemy. And he knows that you don't even know that you're on the fucking battlefield. You're just a fucking dumbass on all counts across the board. And why is that? because there's somebody standing out with the Bible in there teaching, because God put the Spirit on certain men to go out and explain these things. And you're like this, fuck that. I ain't trying to hear that, nigga. And then you take 3 steps away and get hit by a fucking Mack truck because you don't understand that the mouth of God are his prophets out doing what they were commanded to go out and do. So you think that, nigga, shut up. You don't understand that you're telling God, not me. I'm not stupid enough to call myself God. We are the mouthpiece of the Most High. And you just told the Most High, nigga, shut up. And you can't put that together because your feeble mind is so goddamn small. So when the hearse comes and picks your ass up and they have to have a closed casket because you got Mac written across your forehead backwards, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Once again, who are your enemies? I ain't got no enemies. I ain't got no enemies. Just the rival gang that lives on the next block. Those are my enemies. No, nigga. Those are your people. Those are your neighbors. Could you be mine? Would you be mine? Okay? Turn the other cheek. Your neighbor. All right? Love thy neighbor. Your neighbor. Your fellow Israelite. Well, I don't know who the fuck I am, so that doesn't apply to me. No. You're in a gang, killing your own people. Well, why am I in a gang killing my own? Because you're an Israelite that don't want to do what God commanded you to do. So therefore, he's punishing your black ass, right? In this life, and in the previous life, and in the life previous to that one. And here you are again doing the same thing. And you're probably gonna die when the missiles hit this place and burn your ass up completely, right? On this go around. And that's okay, because guess what? Here's the good news. After your ass gets completely burned up, as should be, because you are a nigga, all right, you will be born into the kingdom of heaven, right? And everything's going to be all right then. But right now, your ass got to go. And that goes for all our people. Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. You're all the same hard-head, stiff-neck niggas, all of you. And there's a plan for your ass. Some of you are going to take heed to the prophets that are out speaking on behalf of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, that's God and his son. And some of you are going to try to kill the prophets like you did in your previous lives. That's what you do. But this time you're not going to succeed at killing the prophets. Nope. This is the last go around before the kingdom. And either you're going to make it or you're not. Who's going to make it? Well, let me tell you, nobody knows who's going to make it. But those that are out doing what the hell they're supposed to do, they got a great chance. I'm trying to be one of those. Why is that guy always out here? He's always out here on time. He never fails. Because I'm scared as hell of what God will do to me if I don't. Okay? Let's get that real quick. Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Here's the wisdom, here's the instruction. I'm speaking on behalf of God, because if I don't come out here, I'm fucked up. I'm scared of that. But a nigga is not afraid of nothing. Anybody that's not afraid of nothing, first of all, you're a liar, and then you're a fucking ignorant fool. You despise wisdom and knowledge. Because you are afraid of some things. I ain't afraid to go to prison. Yes, you are. You're just putting on a brave face and an act, and it's all bullshit. Who wants to go to prison? Except for somebody who's completely destroyed. So what do? First of all, we're so close to the end of this world. We're so close. We can taste it. So that fire that's going to burn your ass up, right? When those nuclear missiles explode right here, ground zero America. Gonna burn your motherfucking ass all the way up. And it's gonna be a glorious day. Hallelujah, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. It's gonna be a glorious day. When niggas get their asses burned up, right along with this devil, the so-called white man, he's gonna die too. You fucking Moabites are gonna die. That's the Chinese, if you didn't know. Ammon, okay, Amalek, all you motherfuckers are gonna burn up in this fire. What fire? I'm not talking about some shit you learn in Bible school, Sunday school, not no lies, reality. Vladimir Putin, nigga, Russia is over there right now calculating what cities those nukes are going to hit in. And when all of those nukes, 200 million of them, how are you going to survive 200 million nuclear bombs? You're not. You're not going to survive it. You're going to feel that extreme heat. And see, here's what you don't understand. The Most High can make that fleeting moment seem like an eternity, and your ass is on fire. Well, it'll be over soon enough. Yep. The nigga that says some shit like that, the Most High's like this. Yep. You get the long burn, the slow burn, nigga. We gonna see. First of all, one day is 1,000 years to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah. So only a nigga would say, well, it'll be over quick enough. Up, you just marked yourself. You get the slow burn. See? And a nigga knows everything and nothing at all. What do you mean nothing at all? Well, you don't know that you're one of God's chosen. You don't know who your enemy is. And you don't know that you're at war with your enemy. That war goes all the way back to Genesis. This nigga knows. Got you on the run. Got you on the bottom. Right? He got the knowledge, you don't. He knows. He's being very subtle with your ass. Let's read 48 again. Because this is 47. Deuteronomy 28 and 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord, that word serve means be a slave to. Serve thine enemies, which the Lord God shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, and he, who is he? Your enemy shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee. Who did that happen to? Well, it happened to my forefathers. I'm an African American. Well, the Bible said it's going to happen to God's chosen, the Israelites. Yeah, but I'm an African American and it happened to me. No, nigga. You're not an African. You're an Israelite. You're one of God's chosen. That happened to you and your forefathers. It didn't happen to me. Nigga, you are your forefathers. You don't understand that. That's too deep for your feeble mind to understand. You came back in the reincarnation. Yes, nigga, you went through slavery. You came over here on a boat. Well, it wasn't me. My granddad didn't own no. When the white man tells you, well, my dad didn't own no slave. Yes, he did. You are your great-great-grandfather coming back. Same spirit, different body. Same family lineage. Yeah, buddy, you over here reaping the benefits of what your grandpappy did. So you don't understand shit. First of all, it's spiritual. And if you have eyes to see and ears to hear, which means understanding, right? Then the spirit is dealing with you. If the spirit ain't dealing with you, keep it moving. The missiles are coming for your ass. So once again, who's your enemy? Okay. Well, you don't know who your enemy is if you don't know who you are. Well, I'm a Mexican. No, nigga. Okay? Mashika or Hamashiach. Mexican goes back to Mashika. Mashika goes back to Hamashiach. You're the anointed. You're the chosen. Huh? No, not me. I pick grapes. I pick cotton. I pick tobacco. My name is Stephen, and I got a good place on the plantation. I'm not giving it up. Oz be a good nigga boss. Your enemies. It was your enemy that put the yoke of iron around your neck. The Bible says that's your enemy. And it was God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, that set it up so he could put the yoke of iron on your neck, on your stiff neck. Why? Because you didn't serve the Lord. Let's read it again. Because, Deuteronomy 28:47, because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of, because you didn't do what I told you so that you could have everything, I'm going to give everything to your enemies. And they're going to rule the world. They're going to have boats, summer houses, money, vacation, fly wherever they want to. And your black ass is going to be in the hood, shooting and banging with your own neighbors. And you tell me that God don't exist. Because that's where we are. It came true. This was written how long ago? How long ago was Moses written? 3,000, 3,500 years ago. And it all came true. They could go up on Mount Ararat right now and say, well, here's the ark right here. How long ago was Noah? Here's the ark right here. that was written of in the Bible. How stupid do you have to be to not understand that this thing is real? Oh, you mean that book right there is real? It's talking about me, and it speaks of how I could rule the world one day. See, this book is about rulership, really, of the universe. Who was created to rule the universe? Well, you were, but you're so hard-headed and stiff-necked, you won't do what the fuck I tell you to do. So I gotta punish your ass and give all of your benefits and promises and glory. I gotta give it to somebody else to show you how bad you fucked up. That's what this book is about. I'm gonna give it to you eventually, but first I gotta fuck you all the way up, lay you low, send your enemies against you. Look out here. Who's out here with a yellow vest on? Brown people. Where's the white people at? How many white people are on community service? 2? None? Just us. How did that happen? How did that happen? Is that by design? All the white people get a pass. They hold themselves not guilty. See, all of that is in here. It's all in here. Okay. You ask yourself, well, why did the Mexicans go through the same thing we go through? Well, nigga, that's your family. You think you're so stupid you believe that your skin is black, and nobody is black no matter how dark you are. You just dark brown. At least Mexicanos know that they're brown. Niggas believe that they're actually, yeah, you ain't black. You ain't black. Nigga, you ain't black. Wow. You ain't black. Joe Biden to tell you, you don't vote for Joe Biden, you ain't black. What did niggas do? They went and voted for Joe Biden. If you don't vote for Joe Biden, you ain't black. All right, so we're in captivity to this day. What does it say about getting your ass burned up in this fire? Let's examine that real quick. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but the Spirit is telling me to go there. Revelation 11:11. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So it's talking about when we get raised up, right, out of our captivity, which we're in the process of right now. We're waking up to who we truly are. That's what it means. I'll read it again. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from God entered in. What is the Spirit of life from God? It's the truth about these scriptures, who you really are. You're not an African. You're not black. You're not colored. You're clearly brown. You're one family. The Native Americans, the Latinos, and the Negroes. You're one family. You're God's chosen people, the nation of Israel. That's the Spirit of life. This truth. And we're going through this right now. It's coming true. Everything in this Bible It's happening. All the way back to Noah. Okay? And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from God entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. And great fear fell upon them, which great fear fell upon who? Oh, them niggas done figured it out. They know that they're not the same as a booty-scratching African. They're not the same. They know it now. They figured it out. They figured out that the Africans actually rounded up the Israelites and sold them to the devil. Yeah, we were in Africa in exile because we got ran out of our home, Israel. And then them Africans hating on us set traps for us and gathered us together and put us on them damn boats. And then we taught them when they got over here, what's your name, boy? My name is Joshua. Your name is Toby, boy. What's your name? Joshua. Pop, pop, ah! Your name is Toby, boy. And you're an African. I got you in Africa. You're an African. That's where you're from. All you niggas are the same. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from God entered into them. It's the truth. Entered into who? The children of Israel, not the Africans. And great fear, Salakia, and they stood upon their feet, meaning, oh, we're God's chosen. We're not even the same as these Africans over there getting their ass kicked by the devil himself, taking shots of whatever they want to shoot. Here, look, line up, niggers. Line up, you Africans. We're going to kill all of you. Because the mosquitoes are killing you as though it's something new. The mosquito's been there forever. Well, malaria and other things that we've tried to exterminate your ass with before are not working, so we have to directly inject your ass with AIDS and all kind of other shit because we want to wipe you all out. Why? Because there might be some Israelites looking like you amongst you. We're going to take your land, the gold, the diamonds, all of the cash crops in your land that we want. We got to exterminate you niggas. Well, the truth of life from God, the Spirit of life from God entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. And great fear fell upon them which saw them. Great fear is falling upon our enemies. They scared as hell. Oh, shit. Are they going to rise up and do to us what we did to them? I didn't say it. And great fear fell upon them which saw them. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. You know, our enemies that great fear fell upon when we stood upon our feet. Okay? It's one thing for us to stand upon our feet. It's another thing entirely to see a big old father ship pull up in the sky and start beaming us up into the cloud. What kind of fear is that going to produce? We can read about it. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness. Wait a minute. They stood upon their feet after 3 days and a half. And great fear fell upon them. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. Nigga, you built America on your black back. And somebody else took credit for it. You came up with every invention known to man, and somebody else put a patent on it, and you didn't get paid. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. When they see it, who is they? Your enemies. When they see it, when they see what? When they see you stand upon your feet in great boldness, when they see the spirit of life come into you, the spirit of life from God, the truth. Oh, we're Israelites. God is on our side. These ships that you keep seeing out here, these spaceships that you can't explain away no more because everybody's got a phone with a video camera on it now. You got to tell some different lies. Okay? Those spaceships are our people, are our brothers coming back to save us. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. Who shall be? Our enemies are going to be troubled with terrible fear. When you see a spaceship pull up, as in swing down sweet chariot, stop and let me ride, and start picking up Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans, all bets are off. When they see it, they, who's they? Our enemies. They shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. What do you mean the strangeness of his salvation? Well, those UFOs are real. And why are they picking up the black people? Right before the missiles hit. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Nigga, we never knew that what our forefathers hid from us. You mean that's God and the angels in them spaceships? And they're on your side? Here's what they're going to say. And they, who's they? Your enemies. And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. What is a proverb of reproach? Nigger, coon, jungle bunny, spick, tonto, beaner. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. These are God's chosen? The ones that we were calling beaners and niggers and spooks and spicks and... And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. What do you mean his end? You mean your end. You know you're about to die in the missiles, in that fire. He said, but these niggas are getting saved right now. They're getting beamed up onto spaceships, and we're all gonna fucking die in nuclear fire. Well, it was written that way from the beginning. That's what you get for turning a rainbow into something wicked and abominable. The rainbow simply is a beautiful reminder from God, the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, that he's not going to destroy the world with water again. This time, nigga, he's going to do it with fire. And we're this close to that fire coming. And we're happy because we'll be out of our captivity. No more slaves, no more shackles. You're going to be the slaves in the kingdom of heaven. And we're going to whip your backs. And we're going to ravish your wives. And we're going to have you, throw you in that pit, nigga, and you're going to pick cotton. You're going to pick sugar cane. And the one cluster of grapes is going to take 2 slaves to carry. That's going to be heaven for us. It's going to be hell for you. Just like right now, we're in hell under your devil, your red devil ass. And I don't mean the hot sauce. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of God? No, you thought that you were blessed. What does it mean to be blessed? And of course, we learned this from the elder apostle Tahar. To be blessed means that you own slaves. So the so-called white man right now, he's blessed. Who is cutting the grass and raking and mopping and blowing the whole courthouse right now? The slaves are. Well, I don't have no shackles on me. Nigga, look at you. If you don't get out here in the beautiful sunlight and work that rake, nigga, you will be under the whole jail. With shackles, manacles, nigga, and probably a yoke around your neck if you're not careful. So you better think again, okay? And I believe it's the 13th Amendment that says, if you get incarcerated, nigga, slavery ain't went nowhere. You're a legal slave now. And not just the blacks, and not just the Latinos, not just the Native Americans, everybody. Everybody's a slave now. But you heathen better get used to it. Because that 1,000 years of slavery, nigga, is going to be brutal. It's going to be 2 times what you put on us. All right? And that's just balance. The Most High is a man of war. Okay? And what do you do in war? You take prisoners. They're called POWs. Prisoners of war. And what do you do with those prisoners? You put their ass to work. And when somebody puts you to work because you're in captivity, what are you called? Called a slave. Or, as they say in Eastern Europe, a Slav. You're Slavic. Some of you were born for this. You were born to be a slave. Get that. See who the real slaves are. The book of Genesis 25. And 25. Salaki. Genesis 25 and 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So, whoever comes out first was born to be a slave. See, I didn't make this thing up. I'm just reading it with understanding. And it shall come to pass. None of these shall fail. None of these prophecies. All right? Hey, we served our slavery and we made it through. Now we're coming out of it. Get what? You don't have to serve yours? Get your back whipped? Right? Have your family separated? Your women ravished? Everything you did to us, nigga, is coming back on you 10-fold for that 1,000 years. Gonna be brutal. And the days aren't gonna be this short. One day, nigga, is gonna be forever like it used to be. One long, see, the Most High right now, he's shortening the days. But if he can shorten them, he can lengthen them. All right? One day, nigga, you're going to pray for the Sabbath is what you're going to do. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. (25) And the first came out red all over like, the what? The first. We're going to determine who was born to be a slave right here. And the first came out red, says the elder shall serve the younger. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, like the devil, with horns on his head, a pitchfork and a tail. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau, the one that was born to be a slave. Isn't it quite fitting that the devil should be a slave in the kingdom of heaven? Absolutely. This ain't the kingdom, this is his heaven. So who should be a slave in the devil's kingdom? The righteous. And here we are. I could turn the camera and show you God's chosen people working their ass off for free and being held not accountable. And being held not accountable. Making no record of their works. What's up, buddy? How you doing? You moving? Got something for you. It's only $4, but I got it. You don't have to listen to me. Go do your thing.
Okay.
I got you.
Okay, thank you.
You my homeboy, that's all. Whole bit of life. We go back. We go back. You already know. Hey, at this point, you either, you know, you done heard, you heard this 10, 14, 13 years ago. I gotta do that. That's his burrito for the day. Shit, $5 gonna get you a burrito today. You gotta know who your enemy is, and you gotta know who your family is. All right? And it's not a black and white thing, right? The spirit on that brother is genuine. You know, Most High's jacking him up with leprosy, but hey, anybody can repent. When I say anybody, I mean anybody of the children of Israel. You can repent, and those of you, the elect, are gonna repent. The 2/3 niggas are not. They're not gonna do it. Okay. And their enemies beheld them. Let's go back to Psalms. Psalms with a Z. Psalm 85. Nope. 83. So look at Psalm 83. And 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. That's so deep right there. Okay, because we get to the Bible makes a list of who your enemies are. Right? Makes it plain for you. If you know you're an Israelite and you read these words, like, oh shit, they're going to make it plain who are enemies. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that lifted up the head. Well, first of all, there's a clue to who our enemies are. They're proud as fuck. Okay? And they that have lifted up the head, Salaki, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They, who is they? Our enemies, have taken crafty counsel against thy people, who are God's people, Israel. They have consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Now here comes the list of our enemies that are plotting our demise as we speak. All right? It's telling you that they're sitting at a table somewhere saying, how can we eradicate these niggers, spicks, and tontos off of the face of the earth as quickly as possible, because we know that we have but a short time. That's what your enemy is doing right now. Meaning this, he's at war with you, and he's got your black ass in derision. You don't even know who you are, because he completed some of these tasks. Right? He got you to believe that you're a Hamite, that God doesn't exist, that the devil himself, who he is, he doesn't exist. He's been working hard. Now he's this close, he's about to fill his belly And the Most High is going to crash it down, rain it down upon his head. Rain what down? Rain them missiles down on his head. Except for the first fruits of slavery, of course. For they are confederate against thee. Who has come together, made a federation, a united front against us? Our enemies. What are their names? The so-called white man, the Arabs, the Chinese, and the Africans. Well, let me read it verbatim. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes. Okay? And it goes on. It lists who our enemies are. It gives them the biblical name, but we know the modern name. Wait a minute. We're at war? I'm God's chosen, and these are my enemies? Oh, shit. Well, no wonder. That can't, no, that can't be true. But wait a minute. When you look at it, it is true. And where are we now today? In June. We in June. Okay? What is this, the 12th? June 12th, nigga. 2022. Where are we at today? Well, they're moving on you. All right? Remember the Tet Offensive in Vietnam, in the Vietnam conflict? It's not a war. It's not a war. It's a conflict. Well, what are you calling this? A genocide? No, it's not a genocide. It's a cleansing. Well, you're doing a cleansing, and the Most High is doing a scorched earth policy. You know what a scorched earth policy is? A scorched earth campaign. What does it mean to scorch the earth? Well, let me go back quickly to Revelation. When we get beamed up and our enemies are watching. Revelation 11 and 11. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. And great fear fell upon them which saw them. That's our enemies, great fear. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies that had great fear beheld them. Our enemies are watching. Not only are they scared shitless because we found out that you've been lying to us the whole time, and that we're actually the children of Israel, God's chosen, his favorite, the apple of his eye. But now it's your turn to go into captivity. That's that spirit of life from God. It's to understand this truth. Revelation 11 and 13. Here's the scorched earth policy, the scorched earth campaign. And the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. And then what does that mean? The earthquake, the great earthquake, is talking about those nuclear missiles. Okay? Not only are nuclear missiles going to be shot on America, they're going to be shot on different parts of the earth as well. But when it goes into the 10th part of the city, that's talking about Babylon the Great, America. All right? And the 10th part of the city fell. How did it fall? That motherfucker was on fire. a great earthquake, and fire. Okay? And the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, meaning anybody that didn't get beamed up, fucking chipmunks, squirrel, whatever the fuck. Got the drop on. If you didn't get beamed up into a chariot, your ass got burned up. In the scorched earth campaign that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is kindling as we speak. And guess what? The 2/3 of Israel are the enemies of the Most High too. It should have had them on the list, right? It should have said, for they are confederate against thee. It should have started with the 2/3 of Israel and the tabernacles of Edom. It should have read like that. Because you 2/3, you're our enemies too. And your black ass is going to burn up right here with the devil. You're going to burn up. Oh, vitiligo, the home. He's clearly not homeless. He smelled like he just took a shower. I saw an Edomite last night. I was at work. The Edomite recognized me. I remember him. I was dating this little girl, and he was dating her sister. And he was well-to-do Edomite, had everything going. This was 30 years ago. Had everything going for him. This nigga last night smelled like a homeless banshee. This nigga smelled like that homeless smell like pee and funk and grime. This nigga ain't took a shower in months. And he just, at the shindig, just, hey, like everything. I'm like, no. You got that funk on you. I'm like, and it was a clear sign of this devil on his downtrot, if you will. I was like, damn. And he's observing me and still trying to be cool. Hey, bro. Like, nigga, look at you. Look at you. You are in fucking bad shape right now. And a lot of people are going to be in bad shape coming up. There's going to be a lot of homeless motherfuckers that, not because you got a drug problem, not because, because you can't afford rent, you can't afford food. And the Most High is bringing the plagues upon the world. And y'all thought I was going to forget about this enemy right here. I got one more enemy to bring in. Let me go back to the list real quick and bring that up. Psalm 83 and 6. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. All right? There's the list of our enemies. All right? But it didn't mention this one. It mentions it in Micah. Let's get Micah. But this is a special enemy. Micah 7 and 10. All right. Then she, who is she? Well, let's start with Eve. She's of the 2/3. Then she, that is my enemy. Shut your mouth. Just talk about my enemy. They say that she is a bad mother. Shut your mouth. Just talk about my enemy. Micah 7 and 10. Then she that is my enemy shall see it. Shall see what? Shall see them prophecies coming to pass. Right? Shall see the Edomite that was so funky, trying to partake in the festivities. Can I dance with? I'm like, nigga, let me get you a beer. Oh yeah. And then he put the beer away for. I was like, it was just bad, man. It was bad. And so, who was one of our enemies? The men of the Lord. She, Eve. All women. All women that have compassed a man. Hell, your woman right now. If your woman ain't in order, chances are she is your enemy in this thing. The Most High could just have her lurking, waiting to pounce. That last good test before shit goes hog wild. Right before Isaiah 4 and 1, Most High could have that demon. Not here, right? I had one. She was exposed. She's gone. We're not in that time yet. Yep. We're in that time. I don't want near bitch, not one. Especially SHTF. When the shit hits the fan, whoo, I do not need 99 problems. You understand? You're going to have 99 problems. When the shit hits the fan, you're going to have 99 problems. Okay, but the scriptures say this. There's going to be a perfect number of women that are in order. So the one that you have right now, she is either going to get in line or she's going to expose herself for being your enemy. That's balance. One or two ways. And you women, you better be listening to this. You better wrap your head around what the Most High's will is. And you better do it now. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. Wait a minute, we're talking about our enemies here. And one of them could very well be your own woman, lying in wait. Just like we say, Lord willing, I'm of the elect. Well, your woman better be saying this. Lord willing, I'm not lying in wait and gonna have a legion of demons exposed on me in that day. Oh, here come all these girls. I ain't having that. I ain't having that. Oh. You better wrap your head around that thing. You better wrap your head around the will of the Most High. You think this is a game. And I've seen it. I've seen stupid bitches acting it with, talking about Yahweh Shem Yahushai and lying with every word that comes. I'm like, how stupid are you? You're that fucking stupid. You know you got to work out your own salvation with fear, which you have zero. Isaiah 4:1, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. The woman you got right now, some of you brothers, may very well be exposed that day. She's sitting there waiting to launch a tirade. Who's this bitch right here? Well, ask the Most High. You got a problem with what the Most High set forth? Let me read that again. In that day, 7 women shall. A perfect number of women shall, meaning it will happen. Shall and shalt not. Okay? Thou shalt not commit adultery. Right here, the Most High said, here's what's going to happen. Whether you have a problem with it or not. You're going to be, if you are truly my enemy, lying in wait for this moment, you're going to be ferreted out at that moment. At that very moment, you're going to be oh shit, I ain't having that. Nope, get out there into that reproach. I'm not taking away shit. You have been exposed. Here come a perfect number of women, righteous ones. You've been acting righteous all this time when you've been nothing but a female dog up in this motherfucker. So, what's the moral of this story here? Don't be my enemy. What does an enemy do? He croucheth. Let's get there. See, the Spirit led me straight to it. Sirach, what is it, 25? All right, brother, all right. It's 12 and 10, right? Sirach 12. Salakia. Old man brain working. All right, here we go. We're going to go back and forth with it. Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy. Well, but who is my enemy? Well, she. Well, the tabernacles of Edom, the 2/3 of Israel, of Moab, the Ishmaelites, she. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed, and beware of him or her. Why do you say that, Yashawan? Because in this day, we're going to find out if your woman has gone crouching. I'm being told or instructed. See, fools hate instruction, but I'm being instructed right now to take good heed because somebody might be crouching. I've learned this the hard way by, not watching, and everybody got to work out their own salvation with fear and trembling. With fear and trembling, but some people don't fear the Most High. They're acting like they do. Sirach 12:11. Though he or she humble him or herself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of her or him. Okay? That's the instruction. Take good heed. Because guess what? They could be creeping all the way up until this comes into play, which is today. And in that day, 7 women, this is Isaiah 4:1. In that day, what day? This day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. Who is that? Who's this bitch right here? What? You got a problem with the Most High? What the Most High is doing right here? Oh, hell no. You've been my enemy the whole time. You've been laying low, lying in wait. And now you're going to get cast out here. Wait, let's finish this. Go back to Micah. What's going to happen to you? See, if you're lying in wait right now, you will be ferreted out. You're going to be ferreted out in that day. If you don't wrap your head around this, Isaiah 4:1, you're going to be exposed in that day. And what's going to happen to you as a result? See, because if you're crouching now, if you get found out to be crouching then, you're crouching now. And you will be ferreted. Like a ferret. Micah 7:10. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now what's going to happen? Here's the sequence of events. Well, here comes this woman. Here, 2 of them, righteous, right? Shamefaced, quiet, not trying to run a damn show. They're going to appear out of nowhere, and the Most High is going to mandate that union. Let no man tear apart, tear asunder. Paraphrase. And that demon is going to come out of your woman. Oh, hell no. Well, what's going to happen? The Most High, because you probably won't be able to, is going to kick her ass straight to the curb, and this is going to come into play. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. Let me read that again from the top. Micah 7:10. Then she that is my enemy, mine. Then she that is mine enemy. You mean this whole time you've been acting like you're righteous? And we get to this moment, and your true colors come out. You're in league with the devil. because you hate the way of the Most High, and now you gotta go, you're gonna, or I'm leaving. Well, get your ass up out of here. Oh, you need me. You got it backwards. I trusted in the Most High. Yahweh Shem Shai. You think this is a game? You think that I'm bluffing? You don't understand that whatever's going on right now is of the Most High. He's testing me, and now I'm leaving him. I'm leaving. I ain't doing it. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. Why? Why are you going to be trodden down as the mire of the streets? Got to go back to Isaiah 4. It's going to tell you why. Isaiah 4 and 1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. Well, we're out here being reproached, hunted, raped, beat the fuck up. I got 2 black eyes out here. I'm scared. Your woman that you thought was with the way of the Most High, she gonna walk out, she gonna get ferreted out? 3 women, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? Right? I'm leaving. You'll walk right out into your reproach. Trust me, that's gonna happen. Trust me. Why? Because she's your enemy and she's lying in wait. What do you mean lying in wait? Sirach 12 and 11. Though she humble herself and go crouching, what does that mean? Lying in wait. She done hunkered down. Oh, it got on the head wrap and the dress, right? Can't shut up for the life of it. There's a clue right there. And when I say you got to wrap your head around, not put on a head wrap, wrap your head around the way of the Most High. It's going to be like that in the kingdom. You're supposed to be rehearsing the righteous acts right now. Okay? This is about our enemies. Hey, you ever heard of sleeping with the enemy? The Most High is going to make that thing happen. Trust. Hey, here's what I do know. A man of the Lord, right, speaking on my behalf first. A man of the Lord is not out looking for 7 women, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. He knows what comes with them. Okay? It's lucky. So what is the moral of the story? What is the crux of the lesson? Know who your enemy is. You're on the battlefield. Your woman could be a sleeper cell, right? Sent in by Satan, right? Waiting to pounce, waiting to take you down out of the truth. That's one of your enemies. Esau, Moab, Ishmael, your current wife. It is what it is. The scriptures are telling you who your enemies are. She's going to see it. And then the ones that are of the seven, all right, then 7 women shall take hold of one man. Those are the righteous ones. And guess what? You have been selected to take care of those righteous women. Are you going to frown upon the way of the Most High? And I'm talking to the man. No. And so that to make your woman happy, hey, your reproach is out there too, because you're being a woman. No, you got to man the fuck up and do what the Most High told you to do. It says, 7 women shall. That's a commandment for you too. Take hold of one man. That means you got to hold these women down and protect them. How? By being a man of the law. And it doesn't go into sex and all of that shit. It goes into protecting them as a hiding place from the wind. What wind? The missiles, all right, destroying Babylon the Great and eventually being beamed up, all right? So with that, we hope that the point was made. It's Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. So if you're crouching, if you're lying in wait, you're going to be ferreted out in that day. All right? We're going to close on this as we do normally. Philippians 2 and 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my presence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. You women too. You got to work out how? You better wrap your head around, not put a head wrap on your head. Wrap your head around what the Most High is bringing forth. All right? And it is what it is. Stay in order. Do what a woman is supposed to do. All right? Time is short. Let's get that and we're out. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. There's your reproach. All right? So with that, all right, brother. All right? With that, all right, we're going to face the east. Call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Bahashim Bakodash. All right, double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders who came before them that taught us his truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word, truth and its sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, all right? Shalom.